All letters shared on the Miserably Married channel are submitted anonymously and shared with permission. Names and identifying details may be changed to protect the privacy of those involved. This content is for storytelling and support purposes only. It is not a substitute for therapy or professional counseling. If you are in crisis, please seek help from a licensed mental health professional. Please note, I am not a therapist. I'm Mrs. Unheard, a voice for the voiceless, here to offer perspective, honesty, and a little bit of raw wisdom from one woman to another. Let's dive into today's letter. Dear Mrs. Unheard, I never thought I'd say this, but I don't know who I married anymore. I'm a 38-year-old African American woman. My husband and I have been together for 12 years and married for 7. We have 2 beautiful kids, and until recently, I thought we were mostly on the same page about life. But last week, we were watching the news, and I casually said something about how I couldn't believe people were still supporting Trump. That's when he hit me with, I voted for Trump twice. I laughed at first, thinking he was joking, but he wasn't. The more he talked, the more disgusted I felt. He started going on about how Trump speaks his mind and how the economy was better, how liberals just wanted handouts, and how Black people needed to stop playing the victim. Mrs. Unheard, my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe this man, my husband. He was spewing talking points that sound like they came straight off a Fox News script. He even said things like slavery was a long time ago and not every cop is a racist. I asked him, how could he look our Black son in the eyes and vote for someone who couldn't even denounce white supremacy without hesitation? He shrugged and said, that's just media spin. We argued. I cried. He rolled his eyes and said I was being too sensitive and emotionally manipulated by the media. It's not just the vote, Mrs. Unheard. It's the way he's changed. He watches all of these conservative podcasts now. He criticizes any movement that uplift Black women or call out injustice. He calls it woke garbage. When I speak up, he says, I'm dividing the house. But how can I stay quiet when the man I sleep next to is slowly starting to sound like the very systems I've been fighting against my whole life? I feel emotionally unsafe in my own home, like I'm sharing a bed with someone who sees me as too Black, too emotional, too much. And now I keep wondering, was this always in him or did I miss the signs? I don't know if I'm mourning who he is or who I thought he was. Please help me, a wife who feels invisible. Dear wife who feels invisible, first, let me say this loud and clear. You are not crazy for feeling betrayed. You are not dramatic for feeling scared. You are not wrong for wanting your partner to share the same values when it comes to your identity, your dignity, and your safety. Let me also say this is no longer about who he voted for. This is about what he has started to believe about you. Let's be honest. This isn't just a political disagreement. This is a cultural and spiritual clash unfolding in your home. And the painful part is, it's not even the policies he supports, it's the philosophies he now seems to live by. He's not just voting conservative, he's echoing messages that minimize your pain. He's consuming content that devalues your lived experience. And when you cry out, instead of covering you, he calls you too emotional. Mm-mm. That's not partnership. That's emotional gaslighting wrapped in political language. The man who once held you down is now calling your identity too much. The man who helped raise Black children with you is now defending systems that criminalize them. The man who used to protect you emotionally now rolls his eyes at your tears. Sis, I won't tell you what to do, but I will tell you this. You deserve to feel emotionally safe in your own home. If he had said, I voted for Trump because of taxes or job growth, and followed it with, but I hear you and your pain matters to me, this letter might not even exist. But what you describe sounds like a man who is more loyal to political narratives than the woman he vowed to love and honor. So here's what I gently offer, not as a therapist, but as a sister in the fire. Number one, stop minimizing what you're feeling. Your intuition is not a threat, it's a warning. And then also, write down what emotional safety looks like for you in a relationship. Then ask yourself, does he still provide that? Number three, consider inviting a third party into the conversation, a licensed therapist, a faith leader, or someone both of you trust who isn't caught in the heat of the argument. As previously mentioned during other letters, BetterHelp.com and Psychology Today are great resources for finding therapists. And finally, don't be afraid to ask this hard but necessary question. If my identity, my history, and my safety no longer matters to him, what exactly is left in this marriage? Sis, I'm not telling you to leave, but I will always tell you to see. And what you are seeing now is not just politics, it's a shift in your home's spiritual atmosphere. And you're not wrong for wondering if you can live with this long term. With love and much respect, Mrs. Unheard. If you or someone you know is in an emotionally destructive marriage, you are not alone. There is help, there is hope, and there is healing. This space is for you, the unheard woman behind the smile. If this letter spoke to something deep inside you and you have a story you'd like to share anonymously, Mrs. Unheard is listening. Email your letter to mrsunheard@gmail.com to be featured on future episodes. And remember, this content is for storytelling and support only. It is not a replacement for therapy or professional guidance. Please seek help from a licensed mental health provider or your local crisis response center if you are in need.